up rafters, and then they managed to get the kills on the entry end of the site as well. And buttery smooth is about as good of an adjective as I can give to it. Because if they can do that, if they can make that clear and execute happen with taking that much time, imagine what they can do on basement.
10 seconds left.
I think the point you made about the time not mattering is a good one, because normally the reason why we get concerned about teams like, let's say, leaving garage, forge, or whatever is because of the amount of time it takes to clear itself, and one shot did in like literally 5 seconds. That was impressive. Like you said, I imagine one shot's downstairs attack will also be rather efficient. There's nobody from the defense roaming on either of the top 2 floors, so this is all free control. Wait. Okay, yeah, he's in dirt. I was about to say, did I just lie? No. Everyone on the defense is angry. Semi is kind of creeping up the staircase. Nope, he's going to think better of it. He's back down.
Duke is
coming up secret.
He's
going to get droned, though.
Sammy's coming.
Sammy's here to help. They're 2-man roaming in secret.
Going down.
Duke has not shot the drone. Okay.
Well, so far, there have been some defenders creeping up those secret stairs, but while Duke might still be holding that position, you can even see Quartz moving in with this Yana clone. They can easily find this Jaeger if the shots can land in time, but no, they're all missed. You tag him up a little bit as the Jaeger retreats into the site, but most importantly, they pushed him back. That's all they need to do right now, and beyond that, that's about the only real problem that's presented itself for one shot. They've gotten this top floor control, no problem. Nobody from the defense was upstairs and isn't really attacking it that much. The only issue I can see is if they do take too long on this top floor, are these mirror windows to concern yourself with. Slippery, the blue player, has also fallen. Semi, I believe maybe rotating up those secret stairs, maybe up oil pit. I'm not sure where. He's able to take down the solo blue player. So if one shot want to rotate there later on, they will be lessening. There will be lessening their manpower in other areas of the map, and that can be difficult on basement if you're trying to go for an execute. As this is a site where if you're lacking even one man, depending on the take you're going for, it can hurt you a lot. And now they're down 2.
Wow. What a shot from Z, all the way from AKs down to bottom main. Swaylin also taking a beating, dropping Moto. I believe that was the Vector of Haiku lighting him up. Storms finally gets one back for his team onto Z, shuts down the Wamai, but Semi's making his move upstairs. Swaylin attempting to crouch walk in, gets a pick on the Haiku. That will even the odds, also deny the only C4 on the defense. Storms covering from Kitchen Hatch. He gets flanked by Semi. No one on the attack aware of the Malusi's position as Swaylin now goes ahead and opens up that church wall. He'll move in with his buddy, the Hibana, planting behind the table. Kilo has to cover against 3 separate players, but the plant is still able to go down. But what a shot from Goons! The SMG-11 doing the work necessary. Swaylin gets the trade, but he's so low on HP in this 1 versus 2. Now tucked behind Black Box. The gas will actually choke off Semi from peeking this wall. Now, he and Goose, coming from the same direction, could line up for Swaylin, but he can't even get the first. Semi shuts him down. What a play from the Malusi. What a flank. Gives him 3 kills and the counter defuse, and we're tied up 1-1.
I mean, that flank is obviously, it is the single saving grace of that round, because even though it was a 3v5, even though Swaylin was on 1 HP, the site players very nearly collapsed under the reduced pressure of one shot's attack. Had Semi not got that flank, had he not taken down Slippery, then moved his way upwards and taken down Storms on the coverage inside of on the kitchen hatch, the site players were doing very well for themselves. They were able to move in, get the bomb on the floor, and for the moment the coverage seemed okay, but then it was another very nice shot by Goons to take down that coverage. So that is when other players from ECLECTIQ started joining in. But for the vast majority of that round, 2/3 of it, the progress in stopping that attack was by and large on Semi, save for Z also getting a nice shot down the hallway. But that's a lot of what it was. Some good plays that likely spawned from a 50-50 gunfight going the Malusi's way. And then 2 nice shots that, sure, they're great, but it still required that, as they didn't have much else to actually stop the attack except winning some gunfights that maybe they shouldn't have. So it was a good run from ECLECTIQ. They're able to even it up 1-1, but that is what I'm concerned about. Is it needed to be them winning gunfights that maybe they shouldn't have to take that round away from one shot.
Yeah, and that's not, again, you know, we always say this, we always echo this, but you can't rely on that. That is not something that you can, you know, that's not a game-winning strategy, is hitting nice shots. Also, we have an update from
Attackers' objective is to locate a bomb and defuse.
Jared, Chat Penguin Litz, Casanova. Quartz lost his Clash Royale game.
You mean Storms?
Oh, sorry, Storms. Storms
God,
lost his
keep
Clash
up with the
Royale game.
one-shot lore, dude. Come
Man,
on.
I listen.
Fake fan.
They're both
I mean, what?
French.
Sorry, no
They
bias.
both end in Z. Both have an R and a T in their name too. They're the same person.
Send me from Storms, the one with an R, whatever you said, in his name.
They both have a TRR and a Z. So
Hey,
he's the one with SOM in
shut
his
up,
name.
shut up.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. Semi's taking a lot of damage. On main stairs, and now even a little bit inside of CCTV. With the plat wall reinforced, they have to take the Hibana over, open that up. Now they have some nice control, but not only was Semi there, who's now rotated off, there's a Jaeger creeping up Oil Pit right now, trying to take control of Garage and hoping he can catch the attack off guard. You can see him scrambling up the ladder right now as the attackers are putting more and more pressure and opening up more and more angles inside of construction, able to take down half of the mirror window, though it remains standing. I'm curious if they know about goons on the Jaeger.
That's cool. Putting the thermite charge that close on the single wall to catch the Mira. That's cool. I like that. And that'll effectively nullify that mirror window in Logi. So well done to one shot. Semi's position might be exposed. Could fall victim to a nade or something to that effect, if one shot are aware, of course. But it'll be Goons, the Jaeger that we were worried about earlier, coming up for the flank to die first from Storms. And there's a follow-up, a Claymore, curiously enough, and the jump out, unsuccessful. Now, Haiku playing behind the bomb chassis, watching the window, gets the first one for his team, but it's still a 2 versus 4, and as the mirror window in bathroom falls, the situation goes from bad to worse, and Haiku misses a key few shots, and Slippery is somehow able to come away with that fight. One shot with round number 3, thanks to some really good utility usage and some questionable decision-making from Eclectic.
Here's what I will say. While Goons was the first to lose that fight, he took it from CC window, and it is a bit of an odd oversight by one shot to allow him into that position. I don't believe, Harrison, I might be wrong, they didn't have anybody on that plat wall rappel.
No, they had already left.
Yeah, they had already left. So it actually does allow a very good position for the Jaeger to play, which is to take gunfights on that balcony. Of course, Storms is watching, so he ends up losing it, but say he wins that fight, that actually could be maybe not a very different, actually no, probably a very different round as to what ended up happening. Maybe still a one-shot victory, but definitely different in terms of what actually happened. But then at that point is where the questionable decision-making started happening. Two players jumping out, all trying to get a kill onto Storms on this balcony as if that was the only strategy they could conceive of to try to stop the attackers from entering. Not instead maybe trying to pressure Jacuzzi or working inside of construction, maybe trying to retake logistics. They just all 1v1v1 jumped out at Storms, and he took them down one by one by one. It was not Goons that necessarily had the bad play. Again, if he wins that fight, I think that could be a big moment in that round for Eclectic, but everything after that was less than stellar.
Seems like Eclectic are going for very similar strategy, only instead of a smoke, they have a frost. I mean, one shot didn't really ever get tripped up by the bear traps because we didn't see them hop through a lot of windows, with the exception of the Zoe, who checked for the frost mat anyway because he knew it was safe to do so. But we already know one shot know how to clear the Miras, not too concerned with that. We know that we just saw them, you know, clear construction, not concerned with that at all. My worry is, again, for Eclectic, you're pretty much defending this the exact same way. Okay, I guess it's the exact same way in terms of like utility and stuff, but I imagine Eclectic are going to play it smarter, not running out of windows into claymores, into pre-held angles and such. And now Swaylen can't breach this wall for free. There's a mute jammer behind it. Now he can put it above the jammer. That's possible, but he's kind of struggling a bit. Maybe this wall is tricky. No, that should work.
Will it? Yes, it will. There we go. Will it do the same amount of damage to that mirror window as well?
Oh,
wow,
actually destroyed it this time.
It
Okay.
actually was better than before. It's funny how that works out. So they will open up to that wall, albeit with some added struggle that time. Still managed to open it up. Kilo is also on this plat wall now, so if, say, somebody wants to take that same angle, they could, but nobody's inside a CCTV right now. They're just more so extending into con than actually CCTV and cash, but ooh, a nice shot by Z. Manages to send some bullets through the narrow opening in that window that he saw and fell slippery, and there is that, or one of the balcony players taken down. Storms is still in this position with Kilo denying anybody from peeking that window, but taking out one of those players who was holding that window with some very nice utility. They're able to get this impact trick off as well. To behold construction a bit longer. Takes a little bit, but he manages to do it. Okay. This is not a terrible round for ECLECTIQ, especially given the time remaining.
Yeah, Slippery, I think, got 2 kills on the balcony last time, and look, Kilo only has 2 X-Kairos remaining to get that wall open, so sure, he can still open an angle, but it's going to be much slimmer than it was supposed to be previously, and one shot can't make anything happen from the balcony. Jacuzzi wall is open, but no one on the defense is exposing themselves, uncharacteristically to the way we saw ECLECTIQ play in the past, even within the first map of this series. But Kilo, he's now separated and gone downstairs. He's looking for a free pick. Does he know about Semi? No. He's just walking right past. Semi could just round the corner and kill Kilo for free, but he's playing passive, waiting for this window jump in. Kilo will wade through the barbed wire, now joining with Swalen, who's moved through the breach, taking the fight to the mirror window. They'll slam it, and Goons peeking out takes a lot of damage, but one shot still not a lot of forward progress being made, and as Swalen goes down, the situation is grim. They'll be able to get a couple key refrags. 2 versus 1 now. What's happened to the site players? Oh my god, Kilo! From the top ropes, he Goomba stomps onto Semi, and somehow one shot still come away with the round.
Alright, not a phrase I expected to say in this game, but that was a round ECLECTIQ definitely should have won. Without question. The entire round, it wasn't like, say, oh my god, ECLECTIQ are just stomping them. But in terms of just the events that were happening, they get the kill on the Slippery, they do so much damage to Kilo's utility, the con push is stopped entirely. All the attack really has is Jacuzzi wall, and even then, Semi is the player who's contesting and holding the gym window, so nobody can jump in. Neither know of each other's existence, but it's still incumbent for that round to succeed on Kilo going massive on that push up main stairs. That does not happen. They lose the round. Swalen died trying to push into gym. Kilo was the saving grace of that round, the only one who could make it happen based on his positioning, and he managed to make it work. It did seem a little bit like ECLECTIQ. We're in, at least for the players inside of the site, we're like, what the hell is happening? Hold on, where should I be? Where are they pushing from? It did seem like there was a lot of chaos going on, but it's still improbable that Kilo lands all those shots. So, by and large, for ECLECTIQ, it was solid. Maybe some misplays in the final couple seconds, but still, that was just Kilo going massive.
That shot into the Womai, too, from across the room with the bearing 9.
10 seconds left.
That was impressive. I mean, that entire play was impressive from Kilo. Well done. And again, who was that? If Semi had just rounded the corner, he was just a little bit more aware, Kilo never makes it up those stairs. Because he had absolutely no idea the mute was there until much later in the round. So, 3-1 lead for one shot on their attack. Now, depending on who you ask, depending on the teams playing, sometimes Clubhouse is considered, at the very least, even attacker-sided at times because of the the Jaeger changes. But with Womai's buff, it's gotten, or rebuff, I guess, it's gotten a little bit better. But I mean, Clubhouse has been around for so long; people know how to attack it at this point. ECLECTIQ are very quickly shoved down back to the bottom floor. No shenanigans in secret, at least for now. Though Semi is going for the same play he made on that successful church win in Oil Pit, waiting for his cue to climb that ladder and make the flank happen. The slip will drone in, and ooh, did that see him?
I am not sure.
I don't know. It didn't look at him directly. So
okay. He has now shot the drone, so they are likely aware of his position if they're keeping track on their drones or if they go on, but of course if they haven't, he could catch them off guard. Now creeping forward inside of garage. Nobody in the immediate area, but there is one on secret stairs, just one more room over. Nobody watching. He can go for the assassination from behind. Can he spot him? Yes, he can. Slip with his back turned, not at all aware of the fate awaiting him from behind. Sem could creep back down, stop pushing for the kill, instead rotate back downstairs. Content to win that 4v5. It appears that's what he's done. We're in a similar situation to last time. The blue player's fallen early on. Semi, he can get another flank off. We saw how big it was for ECLECTIQ in the round prior. It got them their first round win. Now he can do it again.
Got them their first round win and their only round win. He's now coming back down on red stairs. It seems, though, that One Shot are aware of the possibility with that pre-fire from Quartz, so maybe it won't be quite as successful if they have adequate flank watch, but Goons is playing on this shield. Quartz is gonna need help, but what? Okay. Goons backs up from the shield a little bit too far, exposes the very tip of his head, and Quartz is going to be able to make some progress down dirt, establish this crossfire through the site, and perhaps make way for the kitchen drop that Swalen has now gone through, but there's Semi with a kill! He's back on site! How did he get there? Storms at least gets the refrag, but now it's just him and Kilo. 2 versus 3, 13 seconds left, and they gotta try and go for a Hail Mary drop. Swords will at least make it to the site safe and sound. The mirror window is also shattered. They can't play off of it, and he'll start going for this plant. The mirror trying to come through gets lit up, but not killed by Kilo, and the plant is going down. Swords is successful. Kilo gets one on the cover. Z refrags, but Kilo has this vertical superiority, but still continues to peek anyway, instead of playing off the defuse, and it is his undoing. ECLECTIQ at their second point.
Again, we have the round start out with Semi. I suppose maybe that was the exact same flank he went for last time. Not too sure. Either he took a fight with Slippery the first time or did the same oil pit flank. But we know this time, crept up oil pit, took down Slippery from behind. And what do you know? We're in the exact same spot as last time. Semi in the wind. They're blue player down. One shots, blue player down. They're trying to make a main stairs kitchen drop happen. But as opposed to this time, you saw One Shot were cognizant of the potential of a flank from Semi. They were weary of its power and its potential. So this time, Semi just goes back to site. Probably rotated back down blue stairs, the only safe path to rotate back down that or oil pit, but on that side of the map. He's able to stick back inside of the site, and while the dirt push worked, Quartz is able to gain control in that area. One shot go for the kitchen drop. Because Semi has worked his way back in, and Quartz isn't able to cover much because everyone from ECLECTIQ is sitting behind those boxes, sitting behind cover, and there's so many, it's hard to keep track of them. Swalen is running all throughout the site. 2 players get an angle on him, light him up. Light up, I believe, Quartz inside of dirt as well. It was a case of there were so many players inside the site, none of them in positions to really be shut down by One Shot. They were able to pull it out in the end. And this time, it wasn't really Semi's flank. That was the true winner, but it still did enough to make One Shot uncertain.
Also, Semi may not have been on the flank, but how did he prone up that far? He was just there lying on the ground, like next to box 1. That caught me off guard. I didn't even see him. And now the gap starts to narrow a little bit, but we're back on Jim. ECLECTIQ have tried this defense twice. They have lost it twice. They have not gone back to cash since round 1, Carter. And I really got to question that decision.
Well, I mean, last go-round on Jim, it's not like it was a terrible round from ECLECTIQ. Honestly, they probably should have won it. It was just Kilo going massive. So I kind of understand it. Obviously, CC is technically one of the more preferred sides, at least in terms of comfortability or comfort and people playing it, but this wasn't all bad from ECLECTIQ, especially their second iteration of this defense. Whether or not they can recapture it, or their One Shot can thwart it better, is a different story entirely. They've opened up Jacuzzi Wall, now Swalen is rotating over to open up the con single panel just as he did last time. All he has to do is place it in the same position. He can destroy this wall and the mirror window inside of logistics as well. It's all a play-by-play of what we've seen so far. But here, where things started to truly go awry, with Z inside of construction, getting kills on the player outside metal balcony, with Slippery getting aggressive, we could have a repetition of history if he's not careful.
Ooh. Z nearly spots him, but ends up taking a bullet before falling back. Doesn't want to challenge that angle again. A C4 goes out from Semi. This is the one he was playing for last time, but it's really early and it only succeeds in damage. But Z, well, good night, Storms on the balcony. You can see the Sledge's body right there. Z has been very good, not just in this game, but also for ECLECTIQ as a whole. I think we can all agree Z has been the player to watch. And once again, I guess maybe the resident flanker for ECLECTIQ, Semi, is working his way up red, looking like he wants to try and take a fight on these players on the balcony.
Wait, the
once
mirror's
again from
alive?
the window. But yeah, this time somehow the mirror window's still up. Maybe they placed it a little farther to the right to try and account for the thermite charge. And there's Semi. The flank works out. Slippery, that balcony player that I was talking about, that Semi was looking for as his main target, goes down. And now it's a 3 versus 5, one shot trailing in man count and map control as ECLECTIQ have started to bring it back.
Now, Sports is forced to make a similar main stairs gambit like Kilo did previously. Goons swings out and a hell of a pre-fire with the Vector of all guns, manages to take down Swaylin and the Kilo on balcony, Quartz on main stairs. The latter able to find a kill, the first one of the round. With 15 seconds left, how much more can they really how much more do they have in the tank, and how much more can they find? When prone below the bed, Kilo walks directly in front of him. A 3-3 half for ECLECTIQ. Honestly, a couple things go a different way. Could even be them taking the lead, but still a 3-3 on their opponent's map pick. I'd say this is an absolute win.
Yeah.
I would.
You see this as an absolute win?
Did you watch Oregon? It's not pretty.
No, I'm more questioning the fact that you just use that reference than the actual content of your statement.
That is what you take issue with? That is what you take issue with? Why?
Yes.
Why? Why?
You are simply not the Hulk.
You see me?
Yeah.
I'd be in the gym. Yeah,
But analysts have a different opinion. Would you disagree with me?
We be in the gym. We go to the gym together.
Oh, that's cool. I don't.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
Like you said,
know.
3-3 half. And Carter!
No, stop. From him, you just mic.
No, don't mute me. I'm not going to do it. You know why I'm not going to do it? Because they don't have a Mozzie. So it doesn't count. Though it is still an upstairs extension on Church. They're still bringing Mute and Vigil, so they have 2 out of the 3 drone deniers. They've got the Legion to stop any early momentum to be gathered by ECLECTIQ. Castle, of course, there to help facilitate the rotates from these roamers. And of course, Quartz on site with those gas canisters. Oh, so important for kind of doing a similar job to the Legion in stopping any early map control and early momentum from the attackers. So, one shot, although their roam is missing the Mozzie, still very well put together. Okay, I was worried Kilo wasn't about to open the hatch, but it looks like he's going to be the one playing in bar because Storms is all the way in strip. And he's going to impact open the wall. He's going to completely blindside Duke. What a play by the Vigil. The opening frag goes his way, and that's the Zoe. That is such an important pick off the board. But Semi's going to pro drop the kitchen hatch? Or rather, well, he was trying to. And his ex-Kairos was just ever so off the mark. That was coming. Wait, he's going to drop anyway. Right in the waiting arms of, I think, the smoke. He's going to beat out a lot of damage. Goons also takes a couple bullets to the side, but Storms upstairs gets his second kill onto Semi. That Hibana now dead. Kilo's going to be the first one refragged. 4 versus 3, but that nade is about to find its mark. No, Quartz actually gets out of the way just to find the nade thrower himself. Z with 1, but immediately traded. Storms is on for 3, and Haiku's alone. What just happened? You were just Joker laughing at that round.
Bro, that round was so funny. You can't tell me otherwise. That was hilarious.
That was a comedy of errors, as they say.
I mean, what do I even say about that? Semi tried to hot drop the hatch, messed it up, hot dropped it again despite his failure, and Storms literally killing his teammate outside the doorway. Hot drops into the site. I laughed so hard I gave me a headache. Wow. Dude, dude, if I talk and my voice goes too high right now, my head starts throbbing.
Yeah. Quartz runs away from the nade at the person who threw the nade and gets the kill because the guy who threw the nade is looking in the opposite direction. And Haiku just looked at the moto hatch and was like, "Oh, there's a castle." And now he doesn't know what the hell to do. He's gonna end up.
He's thermiting the softball.
How did Quartz just?
How did Quartz just get
Storms
down?
just TK'd Quartz, just so he could get the last kill. A 4K for Storms. And Carter, that was the first attack. What an
Oh my
incredible
god, that
round.
was incredible. Oh
Can
my
that
lord.
whole round be the Mike and Ike play of the day?
That please. Oh my god, I would pay so much money. I would pay so much money.
For me.
Power up your game with Mike and Ike's.
It's that round.
Don't eat too many. You'll play like this.
Don't
This
Don't
is
overeat your Mike and Ike's. Goons is on Blitz for a cash attack. Huh.
This is your brain on Rainbow Six.
What is
This is your Rainbow Six brain on Mike and Ike's.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
All right. Let's theory craft. Is Blitz going to A?
I'll bet you $5 he sends it up red.
Okay. All right. Well, I was going to say, does he A, send it up red? Does he B, use it to attain master control to later push through Khan? Does he C, use it to take Garage somehow?
I don't like that
Or
one.
D, do ECLECTIQ rush the breach?
Oh, I actually forgot about rushing the breach.
10 seconds left before insertion.
That was where their first successful attack came from on Oregon, was a
5
rush.
seconds left.
Especially since One Shot are actually holding Lounge, the breach rush might actually be a good play.
And defuse a bomb.
Well,
Oh, well, okay. The issue is that they actually have to take Lounge control, though, in order to get the breach open. but-
that's what I was gonna say. If there's somebody actually playing in lounge, they have to clear him out, so you can't really rush the breach now, can you? Max?
Burn. Well, I think his controller broke.
Max? Max? Mac!
Attackers have located
Wait.
a bomb.
The compass is moving.
When?
Is this just a spectator bug? All right. Horse just killed Semi. Z is at...
Oh wait, hold on.
FHP.
I'll reenact the round. Oh! Help! Help!
Quartz is
Okay.
down. Doing it a British accent.
There we go.
Oh,
okay.
we're back. Wait.
No. Okay. There we go again. Ah!
Quartz has been rezzed. So it's a 5v3.
We're back.
We're good.
And Haiku's dead.
Wow, what a switch. How the hell did Max catch that? And now it's Goons and Duke in a 2v5. Can we get kind of like an overhead view? Maybe we could see the corpses, figure out what the hell happened.
I was hoping we'd go to an overhead view and it'd start
So,
trailing off again.
so we saw the Iana die. Goons is about to get run out on.
There
Yeah,
just
that
ain't
was-
no way.
That was pretty fun.
Ain't no way. Up, here we go again. Ah!
I just want to see where everyone
Snake!
died at, man. I think it was outside Plat?
I don't know. I don't
Wait,
know.
Thermite died on the balcony too.
I don't know where they
What?
died.
So that's a 3K for that was Slip, right?
Who got the final kill? Was it Slip? Did
I
Slipper
think
get the
so.
final kill?
It was whoever Goyo was.
Okay, well, what I'm saying was the Blitz was his second kill from what I saw. So if he got the final kill, then yes, it was a 3K.
Okay, yeah. No, I was making sure it was Slip and not someone else. I do know it was.
This
a
has
3K.
probably been the silliest half of Rainbow Six Siege I've ever been a part of, I have to say.
So whatever the hell that was, I'm gonna assume it's fixed now. What?
Okay. just not gonna acknowledge that. That's just gonna be a secret between the observers and us.
Okay.
Why did they do that?
Someone called a timeout.
I know. I think it was
guess?
just. I think we just
Or
took a
was
tech timeout.
Oh, okay.
Maybe ECLECTIQ took their timeout. I don't know. Harrison, I just want you to know that it has been incredible to be a part of this with you. It has been truly, truly fantastic.
It has been an incredible experience.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe maybe Max's controller just got like very rapid onset like stick drift.
Attackers
Maybe.
need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
I thought you were gonna say his controller got rapid early onset Alzheimer's or something. I don't know why I thought that was where you were gonna go with that, but that's where my brain went.
I haven't filled in as to what the bug is.
Ah,
it's
what
not a
was
bug.
Was it stick drift?
In a way, yes. Basically, we're having some technical difficulties in the observer side, just with the network connection. So
so it
sometime,
just like it just lagged out.
Well, it's not lagged out. Whatever the last input is, the game just keeps registering that movement.
Yeah.
So let's say we have some network issues, and Max is moving to the right. He starts having network issues. It starts. There you go. Actually, that's what it was.
So I guess we just need to not ever go overhead.
That won't get confusing.
All right. No, Max. Max, don't do. All right,
careful.
we're good.
Tread lightly.
Careful. we're walking on eggshells right now. Slip is in server. Slip is no longer in server, and Goons is dead. How? How did that happen? Did he just peek the hatch?
Logi hatch?
Yeah, he did.
That's how they get you.
Smoked.
That's it.
No more buck.
I mean, here obviously you can't go for the play downstairs inside a bar. If you want to go for the verticals, say try to deny inside a garage or anybody playing on the bed. Not possible anymore, but beyond that, I mean, plenty of teams, can attack without that. It's more so, honestly, the loss of a man that's probably going to be the most problematic, especially considering how little progress ECLECTIQ have made beyond clearing out cash.
The double jump out.
And nobody, not only the double jump out, not only nobody watching the cash window, not able to catch him on that run out, Quartz drops down below, knowing it's safe. He's able to make it through, and now it's on Duke to try and land this kill on the Thunderbird, but Kilo also gets away scot-free, and it's Storm's first to fall for one shot.
And Quartz is also still lit up, but he is below, playing for that C4, so he doesn't necessarily need to expose himself to nab a kill. So there's essentially a 3v3, at least in terms of sight presence alone. But now that they know there's a Frost, Semi's very wary about jumping in, and Duke isn't confident enough to completely swing the window to catch the bear trap without exposing himself to Logi Office. So we're at a bit of a standstill right now for ECLECTIQ. Haiku is hanging out outside the windows, looking for a pick. If he jumps in, well, he could have been victim to Quartz, who is now actually rotated over towards the stage hatch to get Semi. Now it's a 2 versus 4. Quartz once again now under the gym hatch. Duke does get the refrag, albeit late on the slippery, but it does keep his team within one man. You see the 2 bear traps under the window, one with Haiku's name on it, one with Duke's. Haiku does get one pick onto Quartz, and they dispatch of the shield on Mattress. Haiku makes his way through construction, but takes a beating thanks to Kilo and Logi. That was the angle that Duke was worried about earlier, and the footholds end up doing Haiku in. It's a second as well for Swalen. One shot, take round number 9, and Carter, we find ourselves on map and match point.
Yes, we do. One round right now separates one shot from securing playoffs in SCS Season 6, and in that case would separate ECLECTIQ from going home in their run in SCS so far ending. But might not happen. 3 rounds in a row on Clubhouse Attack. Honestly, it's not unheard of. It's not something
heard that.
that is impossible. I don't think anybody did.
I hope not.
I don't know. I didn't even hear it.
Oh, okay. I went to I don't even remember what I went to do, but I hit my mic stand with the side of my hand.
You just did it. What do you mean you don't remember?
I-
All right. My
They're running the
fault.
same roam.
They are. They
Are we going
are.
to see Semi fail to drop the hatch again? I hope not. I might lose my mind. I just noticed every single person on one shot is positive.
Yes,
This is incredibly even from all of them. Wow.
it is. Also,
oh wait, one person from ECLECTIQ is positive. Semi.
but from ECLECTIQ, we have 3 different hard breachers right now. Well, 2, but the Buck has reaching hard breach charges. So plenty of hard breaching on the board. Again, also ironic considering their previous strategy only needed 1 hard breacher, the Hibana.
5 seconds left.
I
now
imagine
maybe
they'll probably like clear this time.
You don't think they're gonna go for the hot drop? The hot drop, missing
part
it, then
2.
hot dropping again. Hot dropping, most importantly, by himself.
Wow.
Did Storms just
Who was
impact
that?
out of dirt?
That was Quartz. No,
was
Quartz had
Quartz?
preemptively opened up dirt to run out. You got a little crouch hole right there.
Well, now they have dirt for free.
Oh, the reinforcements are. Never mind. They have 2 in the pocket. That could have been used for dirt, but aren't. Well, Semi's not hot dropping this time. That's cool. Castle barricade open. Z looking for the fight. He's worried about the hatch above him. And there is someone playing on it. I believe that's going to be Swalen on the mute. Searching for the man who just opened up the hatch. He narrowly spots the head of the Iana, but neither party lands a bullet. Goon's still low HP, takes a fight through the floor.
Ooh.
Actually, that's going to be Duke. He wins it on the slip. Excellent shot through the floorboards, looking for the other in bar as Semi gets the next. Kilo goes down, and it's a 3v5 disadvantage for one shot. Make it a 2v5 now as Quartz gets the first refrag.
All of the roamers systematically dispatched by ECLECTIQ, though partially dispatched, partially just once the defenders took fights, ECLECTIQ wins them out. Now with Quartz trying to get aggressive, he's caught on the rotate back. Goon's moving in through dirt. I believe caught him off guard. That's where the Buck currently is. Now off to Swalen, also getting aggressive. He's managed to maneuver his way on top of the kitchen hatch, past the player on main stairs. Now, this is going to be difficult because even if he takes down the Buck, which he can do easily, there's one player at his back with the angle on him. Ooh, almost a nice shot, but Z still wins it out in the end. There's 2 rounds now. All that needs to happen for a comeback to happen. They've won basement. Now they just need to win wherever the hell one shot go next.
And that will probably be cash, I would imagine.
Or basement again. You don't know. Don't act like you know. All right.
Haha! I got 10 seconds to be proven wrong. Never mind. It's cash. Look at me. I'm like a regular Nostradamus. I wonder if anyone in chat will get that reference.
You frequently make it. I wouldn't be surprised if they do.
Nostradamus?
Yeah?
Have I ever made a Nostradamus reference?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes. And I don't need to be Nostradamus to know that.
Defenders, protect your bombs from
I'm gonna be real. I'm trying to think. I can't remember the last time I made a Nostradamus
You
joke.
also couldn't remember what you did 5 seconds before you hit your mic stand.
That's true. But I also remember minor details from 2 years ago.
Well, not this one.
I'm not gonna use any specific examples. I'm just saying.
So, for CCTV and Cash, at least for ECLECTIQ's lineup, it's honestly a pretty good one. They have the, obviously no Thermite to get as big of a breach on the main wall, but with the Hibanas and the Aces, I imagine we'll see the Ace be the one used to open up the breach. The Hibanas that instead can go to the garage wall. Most importantly, an operator we don't see all too often, the Capitao is in play. Of course, only the Magnets can catch Capitao bolts.
Oh, and they're all downstairs.
That's what I was going to say. If they're all downstairs, there's only a couple they have to burn. 2 well-placed firebolts could be the end for whoever's playing in Rafters. And if they're able to get Plowwall open very quickly, it's looking like a nice round for ECLECTIQ if all that goes according to plan.
We've also got those hard breach charges, so conserving that utility off the Buck pick. You can also use the Capitao to deny the bandit tricking of Storms. You shoot one bolt over towards the wall, and it will completely prevent the bandit from doing what he wants to do. Slippery is off-site, bottom main. He just got misdroned. That could potentially be very dangerous for the attackers later in the round. Goons will go ahead and open the single panel in Con. So, ECLECTIQ have now opened garage, opened construction, and established themselves on the master balk. I'm not quite sure why they opened garage then, if they're going to take into master, if that was just a random kind of, well, not random, I should say, but last minute mid-round call. But they do get a kill on a quartz, and that's good.
The smoke as well. Inside of the site taken down. I believe might have just either crossed that doorway or been getting aggressive. Not sure which. The rotate into construction might have taken quartz off guard. Now with him gone, don't need to worry about those smokes anymore. Slippery's still in the wind right now, which is always problematic, especially with the C4, and nobody on the attack directly moving into lounge. Again, even though they open garage, you make it seem like, okay, they're going to put some pressure on that first floor. There's nobody there right now. Swaylen is still playing behind the shield. Slippery can join him because while some shots are fired, there's nobody actively trying to take them downstairs, or take them downstairs just yet. So one of those C4s and anybody who wants to rotate down could have a massive impact later on in the round, no matter what take they go for. The bandit does fall as shots rain into CCTV, where Storms is playing. Swaylen now rotating upstairs to try to hold off a push into construction as Zofia Concussion reveals his position. They know that there is somebody playing on red. Just a question of who it is. Two players, or one player, sitting outside the window right now. Nice shot by Kilo as Duke walks directly into the line of fire. But finally, the open garage door comes back in the final 50 seconds. The Habana creeps on in. It's just Swaylen and Slippery to fend off a horde.
2 versus 4 with 30 seconds left. Now, Slippery, well, okay, I was just about to say Slippery has a C4, and, well, the Jaeger has absolutely no idea that Goons has snuck in through the smoke, even after whiffing his entire mag. Glad we caught that one on camera, Goons. But ECLECTIQ had actually a pretty well put together attack. So I was very curious, we'll say, about opening garage early in the round and then completely switching to master. And well, even if you're pushing from master, the defense is still going to have someone holding garage, right? ECLECTIQ had the manpower left to send someone there late. Because, of course, if the entire push is coming from construction, that Raptors player is going to be staring through the head holes. He's going to be trying to stop that push. So Semi creeps his way in, shoots the Wamai in the back, and the attackers have the full reach, garage, master pinch onto the site. And, well, there's not a lot that one shot can do, especially with the low man count. So I really like that attacking strategy from ECLECTIQ. Early picks definitely working in their favor. One shot are actually going to go back to cash, curiously enough. Even though Jim is unlocked, we'll try cash once more. Same exact operator selection. Though ECLECTIQ, instead of the Capitao, have the buck once again. Still have hard breach charges, so not really that big of a deal, though you are going to be missing out on the smokes.
Still viable strategies, though different ones to go with that buck, so understandable change, but again, kind of similar to, honestly, similar outcome to one shot, but different logic. You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They might not have used that much of Capitao's utility, but if they do want to go for a garage play, it'll be very useful to clear Kilo out from that position inside of that spot, or even anybody inside of the site. Say somebody's playing on red stairs, you're able to fire a firebolt all the way back. Be good, but with the buck, you can instead maybe go down below inside of lounge, try to open up the floorboards beneath anybody playing in cash, so still some viable strategies. C4 sent out early by Slippery, had it, or kept it very late in the round last time, but wasn't really able to use it to any great effect. Now with the drone going in and him sticking inside of logistics, Goons try to work in tandem with the Jacuzzi player to take him down, them opening it up, and everyone on ECLECTIQ on this side of the map, it appears they're making Master Bedroom a much heavier focus, even more than it was last time.
Attackers have located a bomb.
We'll spot Swaylen as he shoots the Iana clone. Not quite sure if Slippery is spotted out, though. Still tucked inside the stall and bathroom, or the shower, but Swaylen will be the first victim. Goons finds him right off the bat on the buck. And you're already down a man. Storms will be the next to fall, but here's the Goyo springing into action. Slippery finds one. Looking for the second. There's now 2 attackers bearing down on his position. And not a lot of ammo left in that bag of the Vector. Fire a couple shots Goon's way, tag up the shoulder a bit. now forced to back off, reload, and remake his stance in bathroom. He's getting stunned into oblivion. His back now opened up to the Buck. He deals a lot of damage to the Buck, but it's Z in from the pinch to finally finish off the Goyo. Quartz finds the trade coming up for the main
What is
stairs flank
happening?
as the smoke of all operators. We're now in a 2 versus 3. Quartz, though, he might get cut off by this player on the Wolf door. In goes the Iana, just right into the site. Quartz does end up getting finished off by Semi. I called it, and it's Kilo alone. 1 versus 3, stuck inside a garage as the plant goes down.
Kilo right here is relying on the attackers, giving up angles, and now catching one on the rotate off of the diffuser, and no such fight is presenting itself. Yeah, he's taken down. Harris, what the hell was that round? I mean, what was it? Like, what happened?
One
We had
shot
Slippery.
tried to roam in Master and all died.
We had Slippery sitting in bathroom, just ratting, hoping to get a kill. Swaylin then moves in through construction.
He was rotating back into construction from Master as Goons popped open the wall as Buck.
Oh, okay. See,
And then
I thought
he
he was
died.
going vice versa. I thought it was really from construction into better. Okay, makes a
No,
little bit
because
more sense.
Swaylin was in Master, and then he was like, so the plan was like, Swaylin shoots the drone / Iana clone, and then falls off and leaves Slip, and they're like, they're not gonna know.
That makes more sense. I thought Sway was rotating from construction into master, and I was like, why? Okay, that makes more sense. And then, dude, that round was just so much of a blur. And then you have Quartz flanking up the main stairs is Smoke. I guess just trying to make a play to support Slippery as so many people were pushing
one.
that side of the map. Storms also. That's where things just get so strange. Is Storms was also in this mix.
I don't know where the hell he was.
I don't
know where he died. All I know is that Quartz got the flank and then tried to make it back to site, but there was someone outside the board double to stop him, and then it was a 1v3.
A lot of emphasis placed on master bedroom, that especially because ECLECTIQ started there, they didn't even open plat wall.
New.
Just felt like there was a very disproportionate
Actually,
amount
they
of
didn't-
effort.
They didn't do that the previous attack either, did they? They just went completely from Master and later went Garage at like the end of the round.
Oh my god, you're right.
Attackers need to locate and defuse bombs.
Wow, we just saw 2 successful cache attacks without plat wall open. And it's not even like they went for plat wall and failed. The strategy was to ignore plat. That's pretty incredible. And one shot are going to go for the roam again. For the 3rd time. It worked once. Failed the 2nd. We'll see if 3rd time's the charm.
10 seconds to insertion.
Well, I have to hope it was very swiftly dealt with by ECLECTIQ on the previous attempt, partially because of some good positioning by the attack,
Out to locate a
partially because of some aggression by the defense, unfortunately not going their way. Deadly combination, I suppose, especially if you're going for a roam. Here, maybe one shot will play a little bit more reserved, especially, maybe more in the vein of what this kind of roam is intended to do. There's one player... Wow, that was very close. Almost opened up the con single panel. Man, they had, I believe that's Slippery or Swaylin who managed to evade that. But here, at least, it's a bit too early to call, but if I were to prescribe a remedy for the previous round, just don't get as aggressive. Try not to take those gunfights as much. Just slowly try to worm your way back to the site instead of, say, taking the fight to the attack immediately.
And, well...
bomb
Wait,
located by
he was in the
attackers.
basement. Where the hell was Duke?
I think Kilo was in bar and then just dropped down, I think. Maybe?
No,
No, maybe it was blue?
Maybe Duke was top blue stairs? I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna have to go with top blue. I'm gonna assume that's where the Zoe was. That's a pretty standard Zoe position, and that's where Kilo could have gotten that kill from. But Haiku's gonna get one. Storms and Quartz both refrag. It's a 4 versus 2 now. Goons is still upstairs. He'll be able to take Storms down, but not out. And Haiku is left top blue alone, and Goons can't even finish off his kill because Slippery comes upstairs for support. So Haiku is by himself in a 1 versus 3. Slippery has left his teammate to die, but is actually using him as bait. Haiku looks the wrong way. Slip swings around the corner, and, well, that's a very successful roam for one shot.
Very successful indeed. I said, hey, don't get aggressive. And then there's like, okay, we won't get aggressive on the roam. But look at this. 3 people from the attack are all trying to go blue, and we have a hole that can fire bullets directly at the very small area in which they can be located.
Yeah, it's not a very wide staircase.
No, it is not a big staircase, Harrison. It's not big at all, you could say.
In fact, I'd say it's probably the opposite of big.
Some would call it small.
Others would say not big.
And all of those people would be correct. So you can imagine...
They are synonymous.
You can imagine one shot surprise and delight when 3 people, all were at various points in time, sometimes 2 at once, trying to push down blue. The Rome didn't need to get all that aggressive in the early to mid round because Kilo and Quartz inside of the site could just peek and play the trades, anticipating there were a couple people on blue. Is that a risky gunfight? Yes. When there's 2 people on the defense peeking it and the attack is definitely at a bit of a disadvantage, not as much so. Not as much so as it would otherwise be.
And we find ourselves on Gym. This is ECLECTIQ's 4th time defending this site.
They're big fans of this.
Similarly, if this goes to Max OT, if one shot defend cash, it'll be their 4th time, so I'm hoping they don't do that. But ECLECTIQ are defending Gym for the 4th time. Out of the 3 attempts that we've already seen played, they are 1 and 2. It's not been a great record. Now, they did win the most recent attempt of the site. But I don't know. I'm still skeptical.
It's still possible, though. Just 1 defense, and we're at 7-7.
Is the mirror window gone?
Just
yes, it is.
1 defense. The tale of the inconsistent mirror window has been an interesting one. Sometimes when Swaylin opens that wall, mirror window is destroyed. This time, it is. Before it was taken down, or before it was, it was still up. Important distinction there. However, it didn't really do much to influence the round, I will say. Logic control, no matter the mirror window status, has usually been seated. That's the same here. Now, semi-rotating down, sure, he can't really directly control logistics or aid Z. He can catch the attack off guard playing in this position. We saw him play here last time, but he can hop out the window. Yes, right as he goes on the drone. Semi sees his own fate charging at him, and he falls to it.
That was funny. I'm sure Slip hopped on that drone and immediately went, oh, no.
No, 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 no.
And, well, perfect timing from Semi. Good capitalization of the vulnerability. Duke will get the next. On to Quartz, the Iana, who has been entering downstairs, and I believe that's where Duke is. So round 5 versus 3, Carter. Looks like round 15 is on the table, unless the last 3 members of One Shot pull out quite the clutch. Kilo, who's been on server watch for the majority of this round, is going to start to rappel up towards Plat, either make his way through Cash or make his way up to the roof. He'll drone in towards Logi, spot the Wamai, as well as the Jaeger, but do they know about the flank? Once again, a flank is coming in from ECLECTIQ. I wouldn't be surprised if that Semi coming in from Garage. It is, in fact, the Mute. He's basically the resident flanker of the team at this point. And there's someone at Kilo's feet. It's Duke prone under the wall, but he's caught. Excellent shot by Kilo, but you can tell by the way the Hibana is playing, he has no idea Semi's there. At least he does now because the shot's through the window. Semi missing his SMG-11 shots. He'll pay the price for it. We're now even at 3v3. One shot have equalized the odds. Now they're going to have to execute with 30 seconds left. Z is still in Logi. Goons has a couple melee holes watching the breach. He'll catch some damage on the Swaylin, but in comes the Thermite. He'll not be able to kill the Frost. Haiku gets one on Storms as well, and Kilo's alone. We've seen him do some incredible stuff before, but he'll be shut down before he can even start. And we have Max OT.
So one shot go for the typical beats they've done on the 4 previous gym attacks. They go to open up Jacuzzi Wall, they open up the con single panel, they do everything that you would expect. But Semi, as we can always expect and appreciate, throws a wrench in the plans. Slippery catches him on a drone right as Semi takes his life. He goes for a flank in garage. Could have killed Kilo. But as we saw, shots inside of CCTV give his position away, and suddenly the 3v5 man advantage transitions into a 3v3. Miraculously. What?
No. It has absolutely nothing to do with the game.
All right, my bad.
No, as you were talking, Ferme linked the Sims 2 soundtrack in our staff Discord.
Ah, okay.
Fun fact, all of SCS music is actually music from The Sims.
That's not true.
I'm kidding. That is
for
a
legal
lie.
reasons, that is not true.
That is a complete and utter lie. I have lied to you. The joke is that I told you an untruth. A complete fabrication. Ferme made all the music himself, and we love him for it.
Anyways, to again put the ball on that round. It was literally just eclectic, just presenting obstacles for one shot in the early round and the late round.
Put a bow on it?
I did.
You put a bow on
Now,
me?
Harrison, this map is round 15.
It is.
We're here. Hey,
We
hey,
are here.
hey,
And one
look
shot
at us.
are on Jim, and I'm
Look at
happy.
us.
Oh. Whoa.
Look at him. Can you believe we're here? Who would have thought?
Not me.
Not me.
I'm sure not Semi. I doubt he thought he was gonna get killed by that. But wow, Kilo is incredible.
Oh, hello.
That's Hibana dead.
That is Hibana dead. We
Wait.
are
We're re-hosting? Why?
I believe we are rehosting? Okay. I mean, last time we saw, I mean, the Hibana died. Oh, okay, we're back.
I don't know what's going on, but I guess we're gonna continue as normal while the admins figure this out. Because the players are correct. There was a kill before the rehost was called, so unless it's an admin decision, we should be continuing. But again, it's up to the admins. So it's a 5v3 as of right now, thanks to Kilo's 2 kills. First, a biblical spawn peek, I guess, if I want to use CJ's word, and then a very nice C4 onto Duke. We've got about 55 seconds left. Kilo is in Logi, completely unabated because the hatch, I believe, is still closed. You can quite easily swing onto Z. The Iana looks away at the wrong time as Goon starts flashing in towards Master. Quartz will fall, as does Storms. We've now equalized with 35 seconds left.
Located by attackers.
Moon sending in a Rotero drone into Gym. Active intel on a player inside a Logi. Inroads being made on both parts of this site. Now a nade sent on in. Kilo's already vacated the area, but he trades with Goons. That could be massive. Swaylin has to flick and land the shot. It's all left up to Slippery. Z rotating in. The Kona Station gives a position away, and he loses the fight! Z takes him down. We're going to map number 3, I think. I'm assuming that. Going to Villa. Wait. That's map number 3, right? Yes, it is. Okay. I don't know why. I said guess myself.
Yes. Yeah, it's Phil. Okay. An incredible recovery from ECLECTIQ in that round. Just pushing in and winning their fights. I mean, that was a 3v5. And yet, I mean, especially with the positioning too from One Shot, right? Jacuzzi Wall, I think, was for the most part closed. They had like a tiny ace hole in it. You couldn't really do much with. But the attackers just, I mean, again, that's one of those rounds where it looked like One Shot were in the driver's seat, and they all lost their fights.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm still kind of amazed that One Shot actually ended up losing that, especially with the kills they got early on. Diana isolated, separated away from the rest of the team. Seemed like it's one they should be able to manage pretty easily, but as you said, them losing all their fights, I mean, it happens to the best of us. And now, going about number 3, again, a Villa to decide who's going to win this out. One Shot, the team that won the most recent invite quals, is fighting with TSM, Mirage, and Parabellum to qualify for the 6 Invitational. Might not make SCS playoffs and fall to ECLECTIQ, one of the teams we didn't even expect to be here in the first place. Harrison, I have to say, that is not a hell of a storyline going into map 3. I don't know what is.
Yeah, certainly unexpected, I guess we can say, to say the least. Especially too with that last round. I expected this to be a, not necessarily swift, but a 2-0 nonetheless. And here we are going to 3 maps. So I guess that's improvement, right? From the first series between these two, where One Shot won 2-0. Now we're going to need Villa if One Shot are even the ones to be moving on. Because remember, I mean, ECLECTIQ still have that chance. We have not seen them on Villa, if I'm correct.
I don't believe so. At least not in SCS from what I've seen.
Yeah, they said in the chat this is their first league. So yeah,
that'd be impressive if for your first league you take down One Shot.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, the fact that they're even, not like out yet, and in the elimination in the decider game is impressive to say the least. But before we cut to a break, of course, there is still another sponsor we have to thank. Carter, do you like your chair?
It's all right.
You know what chairs?
I have to say though, I'm feeling a little warm.
Really?
A little warm right now.
And you know whose chairs are more than I, and some even have the ability to cool you down.
Not mine.
Not yours. Not mine either. I don't even know who makes this chair. But Mavix, if you're looking for a top tier A-list chair.
No. S tier.
S tier. S tier. That can even cool you off with built-in air conditioning. Then look no further than Mavix. And guess what, Carter? Good news. They're having a holiday sale. They are on sale for the holiday season, for Christmas and New Year's, and you can get guaranteed a holiday delivery as long as you place your order before the 20th, which you can't do anymore. It's the 21st, which is unfortunate. But you can save 4%, 5%, 7%, and 9% plus free shipping, and you can combine that with the NSG promo code of NSG55, the one we always mention, where you can save $55, which is quite the discount on a chair, if I do say so, with most of them running, like $200-$300. $55 is actually a pretty decent amount. So go get yourself a Mavix chair. You can join the ranks of people like Valkyrie and Scump, who are very popular people. And I would love an air conditioned chair.
Not the internet micro celebrities that you and I are. We're not even micro celebrities.
No, I don't think we count. But
no.
Thank you very much for sticking with us through that rehost confusion as well. I'm glad we got that sorted out and actually ended up playing the round. But do not go anywhere. We'll be back with map number 3 after this short intermission.
Professional video gamers as athletes.
crowd. Everyone's cheering the team on. You make friends. These are people you talk to, you play with online. It's all about community. It's being part of something that you're incredibly passionate about.
There once was a tournament during the season of snow, filled with contenders of might, with names Deez, Ligma, and Joe. The road was a trying one, wrists aching with cramps. In the end, victors rose. We call them Winter Champs. Before they departed, they left us these words. Our journey's just begun, all thanks to the nerds.
Make that a 1v2. 2 seconds left. It's gonna come down.
Favor making a third as he puts up. Make it up. He finds the draw. Three. Stunning here from.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Took a little bit of a quicker break, obviously, but I'm Lynx, joined by Crow. We don't have map 3 just yet. We have a little bit of a discussion going on behind the scenes, so we'll wait to see exactly what happens. But what we can look at is look at the 14 to 15 rounds of Clubhouse that we saw, in which ECLECTIQ managed, despite, well, my disbelief and your outright denial of happening.
Yeah, I really thought this was going to be a 2-0. I had completely, kind of ruled them out. I didn't think ECLECTIQ were going to come away with very many rounds, let alone the whole map. Ended up needing round 15. One Shot put up a hell of a fight, but in the end, it was an 8-7. Although there was a little bit of confusion in the very last round with a rehost. What happened was, I believe One Shot called the rehost for a technical rehost during the legal time, but admins did not call the rehost until someone was already dead. In which case, players were kind of confused, because normally, you know, if you call a rehost after someone's already dead, then it's null and void. But technically, because the rehost was called before that, you rehost no matter what. So we're trying to figure out what's happening on the back end. But if Parsec is correct, I believe we are replaying that last round.
It's not set in stone just yet. We'll say that again. Still things are ongoing. There's a miscommunication behind the scenes.
This is speculation and what I'm seeing from the observer right now.
I will say what I can say is right now it is most likely looking like round 15 will be replayed between One Shot and ECLECTIQ. However, again, that could change. The ongoing situation. Give you some more confirmation when I get it. Right now, it's what it's looking like.
Yeah. And
but Harrison, what I will say.
What?
That even though the round might be replayed, still not at all a guarantee for One Shot, I have to say.
No.
Based on what we've seen so far. Not at all
a guarantee for either team. Although, if it's going to be a replay, I imagine it's same site, same ops, right?
Probably. I don't know, though. Not admin.
Again, not admin. This is based on what we've seen in the past from Siege. Normally going to be same site, same ops after a rehost and such, if the rehost is called in prep. So it'll probably be on Jim. And One Shot did look rather poised to take that round. Lest we forget, it was a 5v3 in their favor. And they just kind of all lost their fights, which is not something we're used to saying about a team like One Shot. So I don't know. You could also say, by the same token, ECLECTIQ know what they're up against now. If it's going to be same site, same ops, then that means ECLECTIQ know what they're walking into. And then you could also say, One Shot, or know how ECLECTIQ are probably planning to attack it. You know, Kilo probably not going to get that spawn peak again on the Hibana. So
that's what I was going to say. Is that if they know how One Shot are going to play, doubt we'll see Kilo go for that same spawn peak. Highly doubt that's going to happen. So not only does the opening pick, obviously, it might not happen at the same time. It might not happen on the same person either. If that Hibana's alive, Maybe have more pressure on the CCTV wall. You can deny anybody playing in that position or open a myriad of things up that you weren't able to previously. Maybe influences how the round goes differently. If that one kill does not happen, and in all likelihood, it won't happen, or at least not in the same way as we just saw. It'll be really funny when Kilo spawn peeks and actually kills 2 people instead of 1 and makes us all look like fools. But
That'd be pretty funny.
it's at least my hypothesis right now.
I mean, the shot he landed was
It was nice. It was a nice shot.
It was incredible.
I actually disagree. It was a terrible
alluring.
shot.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Shameful that he put that on stream.
Interesting. But yeah, we are confirming. Fermi just sent a screenshot to the team channel. We are in fact 100%.
1
Replaying the round.
0%.
Wait. The players of ECLECTIQ are saying, Koala said, "Quartz, baby, you love us." Then, who's Shane? I think that's Semi. Semi said, added 1 shot. Z said, "Let us play map 3, forfeit for us." Goon said, "Please, it's only fair, please." And Jared said, "I'll ask them." Talking about it.
Thank you for giving us an up-to-date
You're
play-by-play
welcome.
as to
I'm
what's
giving you a
going on.
play-by-play of what's happening in the Discord channel. Though, if I had to hedge a guess, I don't think the one-shot players want to forfeit this map. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I might sound crazy. I might be preemptively calling this, but I don't think one-shot. Yeah, Jared just said we will not be forfeiting. Sorry, y'all.
That's a shame. That's a shame. I've been
And
pressing
then
on
Goons
Jared's
called them
downfall for
lame.
months now. I mean, that was just uncalled for.
Wow,
Like,
wait,
did
we
we-
agree the
did we have-
situation is
did we have to
blanked,
rip the L
but
word?
people got work in about 4 hours? It is 11:27 p.m. on the East Coast.
8:27 on the West Coast. You can do the math
How do
in
you-
between.
Who has work in 4 hours?
Maybe Slip?
I gotta ask that. Huh?
I don't know. Huh? Question mark? So yeah, we'll obviously be... Wow, my camera is freaking out. Look at that.
Hey, you're kind of pixely.
I'm kind of pixely.
I'm happy to be here because Serena's internet is way better than mine.
Yeah, but like my internet's not that bad either. Why was I freaking out like that?
I don't know. Oh, Slip has work in about 4 hours. Oh yeah,
That's
does he
what I
work
said.
graveyard shift?
It's literally what I said.
Something like that. I don't know, man. But we're heading
Listen to
back
me.
into the game. We can stop stalling. We are. Oh, I like I'm about to like bow.
I wanted to do this. Wait, different hands. Sorry.
That's okay. Round
Wait, I think I did the
15
right hand,
is
actually.
being replayed. We will have same site, same ops, and it'll be a gym bedroom defense. Wouldn't it be really funny if ECLECTIQ end up winning this round anyway, and the entire thing was pointless, and we go to map 3?
God, that'd be so cool.
What? All right, the tone of your voice is. Yeah.
So I'm just a little bit sweaty right now. That's all. I'm gonna go
Interesting.
take a lap and sit down for a while, get some water.
So you're sweaty, so you're gonna take a lap? That seems kind of counterintuitive.
Well, my house is cold, so it's almost like I'm immersing myself in colder air, especially because of the PC. I get
I
into
see.
catch things, so my body temperature rises.
I gotta stretch.
Well, while you do that,
I just
It is-
I just smacked my mic.
I didn't hear it.
Okay. Cool.
As you stretch and abuse our ears, it is same site, same ops, as Harrison mentioned. Will Kilo go for that spawn peak? I doubt it. I do not believe it will happen. However, it could. I don't know. You could go either way. But I'm saying no. Beyond that, Harrison,
Yes.
what can ECLECTIQ learn from their previous victory? He's not. I guess he's not going for the same one. This is
Semi
a different one.
has learned to not go around that particular corner.
Well, that's good.
It is good.
And I'll be happy about that. They don't. They didn't bring breach charges, so he's got to open the hatch with a Rotero drone.
Slip is in server once again. He'll be droned out, just like we saw earlier. He'll fall back. Only to sheet, though. Not all the way. Not back to sight. The wall has been opened. A very slim hole. And Semi's looking like he wants to shoot his X-Kairos on the server to cash wall as well. Early C4 goes out from Kilo. It lands on nobody. To no one's surprise, because there's no one actually positioned on the balcony. But there is someone right around the sheet doorway. That's Duke. We saw last time, he and Kilo tussle, but it's Quartz with the first kill. I think just challenging the window with the shotgun, if I'm not mistaken. And he grabs Goons.
Rotates downstairs as well, not only to make the attack a little uncertain as to where his current position is, but also he's got a C4 he can play for later on once ECLECTIQ, or if ECLECTIQ ever starts to push into the site. Right now, it's looking a little uncertain. They have nobody at the Logi hatch right now, so Storm is playing inside of there. Lest this nade kills him, we'll be able to play there and hold that angle for the foreseeable future. Kilo's still behind the shield again, lest a nade takes him down, can play behind there for as long as he pleases. Quartz sends up a C4, but the attack has already vacated cache long before that C4 even touched the ceiling of Lounge. First nade goes in, only does a little bit of damage to Storms. All the util burn is going through, but unfortunately flashes Duke right as he goes to burn that shield. Kilo's already rotated off. He's holding an angle all the way back by couches, sees one outside the bedroom window, knocks his head clean down, collateralizing onto the balcony. Finally, Duke answers back, and as the entry comes through, even 4v3. Make that a 3v3.
Again?
As Duke wins that fight, but refrag traded out by Storms for a 2v3 with 30 seconds left.
Nearly deja vu from the previous attempt of this round, but it's not a 3v3. One shot are able to get that man advantage, if only by one. Z makes his way in behind the mattress, in fact, as Slip takes a lot of damage from that breach player of Haiku. Z will clear in towards stall. Slip has been downed. ECLECTIQ could still win this, but no. Quartz has the angle to cover his teammate. Haiku's alone, 1v2, and he's going to try and stick this plant down. No, he doesn't have the time for that. He walks right into the sightline of Storms, and one shot end up turning it around. A little bit confusing circumstances, but it will end up being an 8-7 victory for one shot. And it is another 2-0 to their record against ECLECTIQ. ECLECTIQ, thank you very much for playing in our season. According to them, their first league, and they made it all the way to the decider match. I mean, if that's not in and of itself impressive, I don't know what is. So thank you guys for joining us in SCS, but we will no longer see them, and it's one shot to join ECLECTIQ in the playoffs.
Yes, indeed. Both in the, we got the one shot in the Invitational Closed Qualifiers for North America, SCS playoffs, got third in Challenger League. They're making it to all sorts of cool little benchmarks. We'll say, not Invitational one's pretty cool, gotta admit. We're here at SCS. This is the one we're most excited by. Congratulations to them. That's our Group A and Group B decider matches out of the way, I do believe, Harrison. Of course, we have two more on Thursday, but get to that later. We've got both of those groups figured out. One shot. Making it in alongside... What other team, Harrison? Go.
ECLECTIQ.
There you go. Okay, I was just checking. Just checking.
I already said that.
I just wanted to make sure you remembered from earlier on in the night.
Okay.
You can't remember hitting your mic. You're forgetting all sorts of things. It's a cognitive test. Gotta make sure you're in the game.
Oh yeah, Carter? What's 25 squared? You have 10 seconds.
Is it 625?
All right. There you go.
For whatever reason, my mind kept going 500. I'm like, no, it's not 500, but my mind keeps thinking it. So I had to do it real quick.
I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, ECLECTIQ, of course, for participating in the league. Congratulations to One Shot for making it into the playoffs. And of course, for Thursday, we'll find out whether who from Group C makes it, who from Group D makes it. Harrison, for the obviously we can take a look at the bracket pretty soon, as saw earlier how it was updated. Only one matchup has been fully filled. It is two-faced versus what other team, Harrison? Go.
I don't know.
See, this is why we have the tests. It's two-faced versus Aerial Arise Academy.
I don't know what you're testing me on. I haven't even seen the bracket.
I don't know, but just when we get there. We had it earlier on.
So you're
tonight.
testing me on knowledge that I never even had in the first
Yeah,
place.
you went to high school. You know the game. This is how it works sometimes. You just got to take the L and move on.
That's true. I will take that L. But dude, that means once we can start doing playoffs predictions now.
Indeed, we can.
We have the full
Let's start.
bracket.
Well, then who wins Two-Faced Aerial Rise Academy? Go.
Ooh. I don't know. I'll have to think about that one. I'll get back to you on that one. But first, of course, before the bracket, we have the stats. Semi, the only player on his team positive, 13 and 11 on the support. Wonderful stuff from him. Z not doing as well as we normally see from him. I know Duke was really lagging behind earlier in the map, caught up to the rest of his team after. I mean, look at how even it is across the board. Even on, ECLECTIQ, they might all be negative, but they're only negative by, 1 or 2, most of them. 8, 9, 9, 9, 9. The rest of the kills on one shot, 4 different players on double digits. This was I would say all 10 players were firing on, at the very least, a majority of their cylinders.
I would say so as well. 8-7, obviously the score is going to be, or not, obviously the score is close, but the stats on both teams are generally, by and large, going to be fairly close and on par throughout. And for the series as a whole, the same can be said, but obviously one shot faring a little bit better overall. Entry game doing very well, but honestly, even as you read down, maybe evening out as we get towards the bottom. But the ratings, obviously one shot faring a lot better. 1.44 for Storms, who was having a hell of a series, especially early on in Clubhouse. Definitely so in the first map of Oregon, though it was kind of a very heavy start, but then a more consistent end. It's only really Slippery who was really lackluster. And everyone from ECLECTIQ, honestly, even though Duke is the lowest in the lobby, 0.68, still a pretty comparable spread. Pretty even, I would say, throughout. I'd say that's a normal, technically not an accurate use of the term, but standard deviation. You get what I mean? Makes sense. Between
I get what you mean.
Yeah, you get what I mean. Not the math.
I think ECLECTIQ, I mean, again, as their first league, I think ECLECTIQ have shown promise. Hopefully we see them during our multi-tournament, and of course SCS Stage 2 will be coming in a few weeks. I think qualifiers start around mid-January, if I'm not mistaken. So hopefully we'll see ECLECTIQ there too. If they made it in once, see if they can make it in again. But I think before the bracket, we have some other business to attend to, Carter. Don't we have the Mike and Ike sweet play of the day?
Yes, we do. We have the sweet
I really
play of
hope
the
it's
day.
that round.
Sponsored
I really hope it's that
by
round.
Mike and Ike's. If it's not this round, Crow and I will riot. But we can, even in our protest,
No, we're
thank Mike and Ike
Siege is made
for
by
sponsoring
UB.
this play. Shut up.
Sorry.
Stop it. But yes, thank you, Mike and Ike's. As always, power up your game with Mike and Ike's. If you want to even, I'd honestly say, you want to play like ECLECTIQ and very narrowly take the invitational, potentially invite caliber team one shot to map number 3, or almost make it to map number 3. You can get either the original or the mega mix. And no, damn. This is fair. This is actually pretty fair.
Oh, Kilo's play? Yeah, I mean, this was pretty incredible. Bam.
It's one of those plays where,
Dude,
when
the second kill onto this.
Yeah.
Oh wait, sorry.
the third kill. It's
Yeah,
one of
actually,
the-
wow. Slowed down, it's a lot less impressive, but normal speed. Normal
Had they-
speed, it was
nah,
really
none of that.
cool.
The Goomba stomp is still pretty. That one's
Oh,
still
the Goomba stomp was pretty.
It's one of those
yeah.
plays where, like, you want to go into this in-depth analysis, like, oh, he used this angle here. This was done early on in the round, but like, really, there, that's
He
just
just
one of
kind
the
of killed him.
Yeah, that's just one of those plays that's like he just won his fights, and that's what happens. But for info on how maybe Kilo did that play and maybe One Shot's overall mindset going into SCS and in the future, I believe in just a little bit we have Quartz lined up for an interview, so we can talk about his thoughts on what is happening.
Frenchie
What-
interview.
Why'd you need to say that? Why you need to
I don't
say
know.
it like that?
Their accent is funny.
Pretty sure come on. We have Quartz here for the interview. Let's
like
get it.
Quartz.
Let's bring him in. Let's talk to him. Pick his brain about one-shot success in SCS, one-shot success in Invite overall. Stop doing that with your eyebrows. It's
I'm
making
waiting
me
for them to
uncomfortable.
transition.
You're making me uncomfy. Why are you doing that? I want to see Quartz too. I want him on the screen.
I'm just idling. I was only gonna do it like 2 or 3 times, and then the transition it took a lot longer than I thought, so I just kept going.
Well, I appreciate it nonetheless. We'll have it momentarily. So apologies. I don't know, any questions you want me to ask Quartz? What do you want to ask him? Man, fine.
Tell
We'll
him I love him.
All right, fine. I'll do that. We have Quartz. We have Quartz on the line. Technically not an accurate term here, but we do have Quartz to talk about. So, Quartz, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
All right. First of all, Harrison would like you to know that he loves you.
Oh,
Take that as you will. Harrison just wanted me to tell you that.
I love him too.
Aw, well, that was cute. Harrison's very happy to hear that. So, first of all, obviously to address the elephant in the room, this is not the first time that you've qualified for some playoffs, if you will. You just made invite close qualifiers, what's today? Like literally 2 days ago?
Yeah.
How is it going into a league match like this, preparing while also recognizing that there is this, pretty high stakes couple matches you're going to play in a short while? How does the prep that fact affect the prep going into this match?
I mean, obviously we're not, first of all, we didn't prep too much for this specific match, right? We're just trying to get better as a team every week. And especially going in right before into quals, we didn't know which team we were going to play there, so we were kind of just trying to better ourselves. But yeah, I guess we just didn't really prep those guys. And obviously this is SCS. It's pretty important for us, right? But we do consider obviously open invite quals, a little above it, unfortunately for you guys.
Yeah, trust me, I don't think we're going to disparage you for placing invitational above this. Don't worry, we're not going to get offended. But at least here, obviously, you can get game day reps in. That's obviously important.
Yes.
Do you view SCS as sort of like an invaluable, even going to playoffs further whenever we play the close calls? How valuable do you view those game day reps, at least preparing for invitational just by playing as a team?
It's really important for us. Obviously, we don't have that much game day, especially with CL being done. This is pretty much like first CL, I guess, of off season. So we really just gotta use it as game day. We've been using it as game day. It's really important for us. I'm sorry, I'm kind of repeating myself. I'm thinking about the situation that happened.
Obviously it happens, but going forward, you have made the playoffs. Obviously, we had that little weird situation towards the end, but you have made it. Is there anybody else, obviously in SCS specifically, that you're looking forward to maybe playing as you move further down the bracket?
I feel like there's always that rivalry with Aerial Rise, as I talked before. So yeah, obviously them, but they still got to qualify, I think, for it. But yeah, I think we're playing Mystic next, so definitely a team that we wanted to play. I think they're the best in T3 right now, so we consider ourselves the best in T2, so that's definitely gonna be a clash. If I can address some more about the situation, if I can.
Yeah. No, of course. Yeah, go for it.
It's definitely a shitty situation, right? It's not the way that we want to win. I think these guys definitely deserve the win on the second map. It's really unfortunate that it happened. Rules are rules. It's getting kind of late for us, so right, took the decision to kind of take the BOs, and not forfeit it. I can understand the frustration from these guys, right? I know that if we had lost last round, so for those who don't know, I don't know if you guys said it on the stream, but Kilo's disconnected from the TeamSpeak before the round started, so we called the Rios, and then the Rios got called way later after a kill and stuff. So yeah, it's pretty shitty situation for us, and I apologize for that team. Obviously, it should have won map 3, but yeah, it's almost midnight.
Yeah. Honestly, it happens, but honestly, Quartz, that's really respectable of you. Coming on, saying, still being very down to earth about that. So honestly, obviously, I think we would have all enjoyed to see a map number 3, but as you said, rules are rules. It's happened. And I still think ECLECTIQ have had Harrison and I did mention this. ECLECTIQ have had a very good showing in SCS so far. So we are very eager to see what they have to offer potentially further down the road. But thank you very much, Quartz. Is there anything else you want to say before we sign off potentially about SCS or one shot going forward in any league?
Yeah, definitely. These guys are really talented. I just wanted to say that. They really threw us off. They played really well, especially on that second map, and just in SCS in general. I didn't expect much of these guys. I didn't really know them, and they're really showing that they all have high potential, and mechanically they're all really good. So if any CL team is looking at players, those guys are, I think, top priority. I don't know if they're at the age yet, but yeah. People should really be looking into them.
No, at least in terms of skill, I think Harrison and I can fully agree with you on that. But thank you very much, Quartz. Good luck in SCS, and of course, good luck in invite close call as well. We're all rooting for you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Look at that. What a nice guy.
Quartz.
I threw in they're in Euro love for him in there. Didn't want
Let's
to let
go.
that go unsaid.
I like quartz. It's quite the hard mineral. But we now
All right.
have the bracket. The bracket.
You're
Like you
losing
said,
it.
Two-Faced up against Aerial Academy, Mystic versus One Shot. Ooh. Oh, that could be a really cool game. And then ECLECTIQ and Cert up against TBD, I guess.
Yes. Now, of course, those brackets. We got the left side, Don Harrison, as you said. Two-Faced AA, Mystic One Shot. But the right side, when could, I don't know, let's say anybody watching SCS Season 6, when could they see those brackets get filled?
That's a great question. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Thursday. This Thursday, 2 days from now, we will be finishing up the group stage from our season. Same start time. For some reason today was 7 p.m. I'm assuming it's going to be the same for Thursday.
I believe it will be 6 p.m.
Oh,
Unless,
it is back to
unless something
6?
changes,
Yeah,
it is
I was wondering why it was 7. So it's back to 6 p.m. Sorry for the confusion today if you were expecting the normal start time. But back to 6 p.m. on Thursday. And I'm very excited because we have Karn & Co. versus Investigation File and Aerial Arise, not the Academy team, the CL team, Aerial Arise,
team.
up against Achieve, which is a rematch. So that should be very exciting.
Yes, it should. But
Mhm.
until
As every
then,
conclusion should be.
as every conclusion should be, as you said, a rematch, good game to start out. What more could you want at Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern from SCS Season 6? But thank you all for watching tonight. Thank you for bearing with us through all that weird trouble towards the end. I have been Lynx, joined by Crow. I won't see you, but you better be watching Thursday to see who's making it to playoffs.